Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. I've got quite an exciting little venture that I want to share with you, and I really hope it's something that will pique your interests. I do, though, want to have a little chat before I get into it, so please bear with me. I've been thinking a lot lately about my art and where I want to go with it, and what my future as an artist might be like. I've never been very good at advertising or marketing myself, which I think is a pretty common artist trait. I've seen and heard many others who've said the same. So it's comforting that it's not something only I struggle with. I am always very conscious of the fact that whatever fears or uncertainties I have, someone or many others have pretty much definitely gone through it before me. And that's always something that I do take comfort in. Having said that, I've recently begun to really evaluate how I want to progress with my art, even just in general, but mainly in terms of how I can make a living from it, how I can make a living doing what I love. I follow and I've been inspired by so many artists online who've managed to do just that, and it's kind of only just needled into my mind the thought of, well, if they can do it, surely I can too. And that's been a difficult thought to kind of get to grips with, because there's always that little voice looming at the back of my mind going, yeah, but they manage because they're good at what they do. Or, even if you try, no one will care. And I know that's not the case, but it's almost like, like a devil on the shoulder kind of thing that's really hard to shake. I've realised lately how really self-deprecating I can be, and how my anxieties really hold me back. And I'm not saying that, this isn't something that nearly everyone experiences, but I am just another one. And I find it hard sometimes to understand how I began thinking this way. I've always been very encouraged in my art growing up, and I've had minimal bad experiences with clients. So nothing really dramatic ever happened, but I still kind of have that sense of not really being good enough, which, that's the thing. I know I am, and I know I can do just as well as anyone else who works for it, but I really struggle to absorb that, and I end up shying away from a lot of the things that I'd like to do, because I'm always worried that people won't respond or like it. It's that constant seesawing between doing art because you love it and doing it because you want people to interact with it. I personally find it really unreasonable for someone who goes to the effort of sharing their work online to say that they don't care about, positive reactions, because in reality, art is made to be shared. At least that's what I think. The purpose of it is to use it to connect to others who enjoy the same thing. It's not really something that, yes, you can keep it to yourself, but art is universal, everyone can connect to something. And to be honest, sometimes I do kind of have that feeling of shouting into the void a little. I want to connect and interact with people with my art. So at times, it sounds really annoying, but sometimes the silence I get in return can make my anxious brain go into that frenzy of oh yeah, see, this proves that you're not worth their time and attention, and you should just give up. But then the logical side of my brain is but that's not true. Many of the same people interact with your work, so they obviously keep coming back because they like it. And that's what I want to force my mind to focus on, the positivity that I do get, and to not let any small hiccups consume me as this really big bad thing. I I realize that this all sounds very dramatic, but in a way I feel like it is kind of important for me to mention all of that, because it's made me realize very recently as well that I don't have the same like belief in my own work that other people do, and my own negative trains of thought and feelings of worthlessness make me like attack myself over something that's just not the case, which is really stupid, but I can't help to do it. So I'm determined to take a bit more control and to not fear the hypotheticals that I'm coming up with. Part of that is doubling down on myself and developing respect for my own art. It's not that I don't like what I do, but I do have a habit of putting it down and allowing it to fade into obscurity. I never remind people of something cool that I'm really proud of, or something I made which I think is really cute. I let people forget it because I suppose I don't think I'm worth the effort of putting in that respect that I do deserve. And it's not just me. I feel like every artist should absolutely love and respect the work that they do. My favourite artists are often the ones who are so good at posting the same pieces over and over because they love them, or praising the quality of the thing that they just produced. Like, I know it can teeter on the edge of obnoxiousness if it's done insensitively, but I see many artists on YouTube or Instagram who market themselves and their work in a way that, to me, shows that they really value what they do and the time and effort that they've committed to creating that piece. And they know what it's worth. They're not demanding or in your face about it. They just say their bit on the cool thing they've made. They invite people to support them, and then they move on. And I think that, to me, that's a really admirable way to be. Comparing it to how I've always dealt with my own art and how I think of it, like, to me it comes off as quite fearless, and that's something that I really admire. So this is all very intense when I'm literally just announcing that I'm making stickers now. I want to explore the avenues of income that I can make as an artist. And, you know, this seemed like a really cool and simple start to making that jump. I don't know how it's going to go, but so far it's been really super fun designing and making these stickers, and I would love to make more in the future. And, you know, like, to tie it back into what I was talking about before, this, for me, feels like, you know, a nice soft little jump towards where I want to go in being an independent artist. I do still have a lot of fears and uncertainties, but I don't want to be holding myself back because of them now either. So I've made myself a Ko-fi account to serve as both a shop and a kind of a tip jar. I'll be selling these stickers there, and I've only made a few for now, but I definitely would love to keep going with it. I'm just kind of testing the waters at the moment. But what I've made is super cute, and I've been giggling the whole time I was like making them and sticking the defects to things, so I would really recommend that you have a look. I'm going to officially open the shop on Monday the 30th of October at 12 p.m. IST, Irish Standard Time. So if you like the look of any of these, do pop over then and see if you can grab one. If they're not your cup of tea, that's no bother at all. I would then instead please ask that you consider supporting me as an independent artist and in my bid to maybe one day make my art a full-time job. Like, my fiance is also doing some pretty intense studies and I would love to be able to support him in that myself. So, you know, any little bit is hugely appreciated, and I'm always very grateful for any consideration. So I hope this video wasn't too miserable, and I am feeling really good about where I want to go right now, and I've realized that these thoughts are all just a part of that like growth. And I really hope that it's something that some of you can relate to. And if you take anything away from the video, it's that I really do encourage you, not even just as an artist, but like as a person who creates anything, that you develop that respect for yourself and art, and to make everything with passion, but to not take it too seriously, you know, and to want to connect with people, but to always do things for yourself. Like, I don't know if I'm really contradicting myself there, but I think all of those things are true. So I'm going to stop rambling. I know I've probably, you know, gone a bit overboard with the sentimentals of this video, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to leave a link to my Ko-fi in my description, and thank you so much for listening and for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!